Here's your guide on all the new features that have come to After Effects so far this year, and the many more new updates that are yet to come. Alright, variable fonts are a new way to work with text, as you can now adjust the weight of your type with a single slider rather than just having to need a bunch of different fonts to change the size. Now, you will need to add a variable formatted font in order for this to work, which you can get from Adobe's font library when searching for variable fonts. Additionally, you can use the text animator inside of any of your title layers to add a variable font parameter as another way to animate your typography in. Just remember, you need to keyframe the range selector start value to create your new title animation. Additionally, there's been updates to mask tracking, which is just an exciting feature. For example, you can create a mask around a moving object like someone's face, and then you can track forward or backward to allow After Effects to follow the movement. And of course, you can create as many tracked masks as you want, but from here, you can throw on any of your favorite effects like the camera lens blur effect, and we can go to compositing options. Then just set your effect to your mask, and for this particular example, we can blur out people's faces without needing to manually add keyframes ourselves. However, on the topic of masking, the new Object Matte tool has come in to replace the Roto brush. Now, rather than painting your selection, you can now just select full objects within your video with a single click, and After Effects will roto that object from your background. Of course, you can still do manual selections with the quick selection or brush tools, and even remove unwanted selections while holding Alt or Option on your keyboard. Now, once everything's selected, you can just move forward in your timeline to let After Effects process your footage. And once all said and done, you'll have further refinement options all in one effect, allowing you to create powerful edits and easily produce powerful visuals and save time in my After Effects and Premiere Pro templates, drag and drop transitions, animation presets, and powerful motion graphics that you can customize with a few clicks. You can access thousands of templates directly in After Effects and Premiere Pro, where you can edit them to fit your vision in seconds, allowing you to build client-ready masterpieces in no time with the link below. And if you do pick up anything, you will be supporting my channel, as I don't do any sponsorships here, so thank you very much. But okay, for those of you who've been taking advantage of Real 3D inside of After Effects, you can now enable depth of field inside of your camera layers while working in advanced 3D. Once enabled, you should be able to adjust the aperture to blur out the areas outside of your set focus distance, and if needed, you can help control the blur range with the focus area width and the near far blur level. But this is just an amazing update for 3D. However, another great 3D update that came earlier this year is 3D displacement while working with substar textures. For instance, you can get a substar from Adobe's community assets and attach that to any 3D mesh. This will give you the option to displace that texture map to create some really cool distorted motion graphics. Now, an unexpected feature that I know I will love is the new copy frame option. If you come here and click this icon right here, this will copy your composition to your clipboard, which will allow you to easily paste and create JPEGs, or even send a team member or a client via email to get feedback on your current work without needing to traditionally export a still frame from the render queue. Now, on the topic of copying, in addition to being able to import SVGs into After Effects, we can now copy paths directly in Adobe Illustrator and paste them in After Effects, all without having to import anything. But when pasted, this will automatically create a shape layer with each path in its own group, allowing for complete control in After Effects. On top of that, After Effects now has a built-in anchor point control in which you can easily move the anchor point of any layer to the sides or right back in the middle, allowing for quick, accurate adjustments. Now, as I love grouping things together, proportional scrubbing allows for the most accurate offsets in After Effects history. For instance, if I duplicate this layer multiple times, and if I wanted to say offset the rotation, in the past I would have to manually adjust the rotation for each layer, but now with everything selected, I can hold Control and Alt on my keyboard, or Command and Option if you're on the Mac, at the same exact time, and this will evenly distribute each layer all at once. And of course, this little trick will obviously work for every transform parameter as well, and it will also work for layer distribution. So if you select multiple layers in your timeline and then use the same shortcut once more, you can stagger your layers evenly in moments, just absolutely time saving. Another time-saving tool that Adobe has added is the Quick Apply tool, in which you can literally search for anything and apply it to your composition or even effects to your layers. And on the topic of effects, you can now color label every effect inside of the Effect Controls panel, allowing you to easily highlight important effects within your stack. You can also come here to the hamburger icon to remove the color from the background or completely turn off the feature. And perhaps my two new favorite features this year, which we've already kind of talked about, is adding meshes to your 3D objects and being able to cast shadows with parallel and spotlights in advanced 3D. Previously, you could only use the environment light to cast shadows, but with the spot and parallel light, we now have ultimate control over lighting and how our shadows are casted. Let me know what features that you liked the best and what you think Adobe should add next, but subscribe to be the best, and always